I started all over. We started a rebirth movement. We started the rebirth movement that Carter stole. See, you guys outside don't realize everything we do in here, they'll play off and tell you that that's them. If I dig a foundation for a house, somebody else will stand on it and say, yes, this is my foundation here, and I've, you know, in other words, in the United States, when you're running the United States, you ain't running in nothing but con, nothing but bullshit, and nothing but devil. You're running in nothing but demon. United States of America is the demon of the world.
Manson seems locked in a perpetual love-hate struggle with his keepers, cursing them and forgiving them in the same breath.
And I stand back and give other people their space. You see what I'm saying? But if they don't give me respect, I'm sending all that back around. I'm sending it all back around. You see what I'm saying? Because I live in my mind.
Do you think your mind has power in the world?
Oh, I would imagine, yes.
Even though you're here?
Yes. Yeah, the last wave of these guys, the last wave of these guys that sent me to Vacaville are all gone now. Dr. Morgan blew his brains out. We can't get into any music because we're in what I'm locked into is a soulless little jealous punk. Probably all kinds of ways we could do it.
You could beat on the table.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking, let me use that trash can down there, unless you want to pass a rule against that. Everything I do, they make a rule against it, see? If I wanted a bucket of shit, they'd tell me no, you can't have, and they'd pass a rule, send no buckets of shit, man. No matter what I want to do, they want to keep me from doing it. No matter what I want, they don't like it. They, you know, in other words, if I got it. I'm very capable and I'm unhandcuffed. It's altogether different game. And these people that cut my mail off, let me tell you what they do to me. They cut my mail off. You can give this to the next wave of little kids that you grow up to. They cut my mail off, they lie, they cheat. They got some big old fat women that paint their faces and shit and dye their hair. And they cut the legs off the table so little girls can't get over and play with the little guys. And they got all kinds of little sex paranoias and little deceiving, little lying, cheating little things that they play. And then they'll push them off on somebody else and say it's all their fault, that they're no good and we got the bad guys locked up over here and we're all the good guys. You dig what I'm saying? When in reality, man, you got a bunch of scurvy fucking PC motherfucking pieces of shit. You dig what I'm saying? But that's on one hand. Here's where Abaraxis comes in. If they didn't have the love to do it, who in the fuck would?
Manson invokes the ancient god of the Gnostic pantheon, Abaraxis, or Abraxas, a symbol of the eternal now, a state of mind that exists beyond the false dichotomies of light and darkness, good and evil, right and wrong. Manson justifies his forgiveness of his captors in the name of Abraxas, a god that represents total reality.
I respect that same fucking asshole that I'm down on every day. That's Abaraxis, man. We roll on it. We've been rolling on it ever since he come on the tier. He comes on the tier and says, fuck you, you son of a bitch. Those shit and piss in his face. You dig what I'm saying? Knock him down. And he comes back and feeds me with it. And lets me live. And when he lets me live, then I look back at him and I say, well, you know, you're not so bad after all if you let me live. So then I have to let you live. So as long as I'm in here, I gotta let him live. Because he's only living in my life.
Clang, bang, clang, went the big iron door. They put me in a cell with a concrete floor. 9 other men in that cell with me, moaning their fate with destiny. Clang, bang, clang, clang, bang, clang, clang.
How do you think you survived so well in this situation?
Because I'm very adept. I can adapt to just about anything, man. You know, in other words, I stay right here all the time. I've been here right here all the time all my life. So it's no new thing to me. So when you go out in the prison yard, you got to be up on everything that happens around you. You can't let anything get in. You know, I'm letting you get into me now. You know that, don't you? The spirit is there. And we could bring the spirit back to life, but for people like this, you dig what I'm saying? He hates white people. He's scared to death of this black guy. He's afraid this black guy's going to beat him up. The black guy ain't even thinking about it. The only reason he's scared of the black guy is because he's messed over the black guy so bad. You dig what I'm saying? He's got all that back, so what he'll do is feed me back to this dude. You dig what I'm saying? And say, well, here, don't hit me, but jump on him. And then they'll hold me in the point and stand me out here in front of all these black people, you dig? And then push me down in there and try to get me hurt, and try to get me killed in every way they can. And then when they can't, then they say, oh, wow, man. Then they want to wear boots and wonder about, I'm going to catch up with you. I'll bet you I catch up with you. I'll bet you I catch up with you, buddy. I'll bet you I'll make you be what you are. Or I'll skin your fucking ass. I'll hang you on trees. I'll do every fucking thing I can do to do just exactly what I got to do to survive, man. I've been in jail since 1943. I've been locked up all my life. I've been locked up all my life. So I'm in that dream. I am not that dream. Don't get me... I am not that dream. I'm only a witness. One little witness. One little fucking little piece of shit in that dream. There's all kinds of people in that dream that are already all down the road, you know.
According to 1961 prison records, he killed the time he was serving for various charges of pimping, forging checks, and petty theft by studying various systems of personal development, ranging from Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People to L. Ron Hubbard's Scientology. On the vernal equinox of 1967, March 21st, at 8:15 a.m., the 32-year-old prisoner, number B33920, was released from Terminal Island Prison, requesting permission to travel to San Francisco.
I am a mechanical man. A mechanical man, and I do the best I can because I have my family.
When Manson arrived in San Francisco in 1967, he drifted into the anti-culture that the media was already calling hippie. He began to attract a following, mostly of young women, who were drawn to his music and his philosophy.
There's a bunch of broads that follow me around, but there's always broads following me around. Then when I got back out, the hippie was a takeoff on the beatnik, as the beatnik was a takeoff on the bohemian, or the bohemian was a takeoff on the boobska-boop. In other words, just loop-de-loops and circles that come in and out of these places.
The idea of Manson as the ultimate hippie and the family as an example of hippiedom's ultimate folly has been ingrained into the public mind with all the other simplifications that have so far served as truth. In fact, as Manson has pointed out, he was a child of the 30s, not the 60s, and the family ideology had very little to do with the ideas of passivity and racial and sexual equality characteristic of the 60s. When black militancy and civil rights were at their height, Manson insisted that his family retain their cultural and genetic heritage. When the feminists were burning their first bras, Manson taught his family to look to nature for an understanding of the balance between male and female, initiating them into the joys of complete submission.
Feminism?
Matriarchy versus patriarchy.
Oh, I'm a matriarch. I'm a beautiful woman. I'm a very beautiful woman. All my women know that. All my women know that.
Do you have any good memories about the people who were your wife?
Oh, all of them. Sure. They're all beautiful.
Lynette Squeaky Fromm, one of the first to join Manson, once wrote,
Born into this imbalanced world of women's law in 1967,